Hi, welcome back. Though it's winter in my part of the world, it's summer somewhere. And because of that, we're going to learn how to make this nice summer hat that is double-sided or reversible. And for this, we'll need about a yard of fabric, two different kinds of fabrics. And we'll need to cut out one circle. It's a wide brim sun hat, very wide, perfect for summer and UV protection. So you will need two different pieces of fabric and interfacing, let's say about a yard. The full circle is about 18 inches in circumference and the little circle is 8 inches. And you will not need to cut an extra piece of circle, you'll just use whatever you cut out from the big circle. Iron the interfacing onto one of the pieces of the circle pieces, the brim, and also on the sides, the side piece. And on the little circle that will go on top of the sun hat. After that, put the brim pieces together. And stitch all around about 1 centimeter. Stitch them together, right sides together. I usually like to have the piece with the interfacing on top because my old machine usually pulls the fabric on the bottom, so when you're done stitching you end up with a shorter bottom piece. So I like to put the piece with the interfacing on top. When you're done stitching, turn it to the right side. Ideally, you should iron it to make it neat and flat. And then top stitch all around again. This is an easy version of how to make a sun hat. So we are not going to make any extra stitches. You can cut and stitch this sun hat in less than 1 hour. Stitch the side pieces, both of them, as indicated. I cut a little extra, that's why you can see the seam allowance is a little wider than 1 centimeter. I like to mark, instead of putting notches, I like to mark at the quarter mark. That is on the side piece, and also mark the top part of the hat. Put the two little circles together. Remember the ones you cut out of the big circle? Put them together such that the wrong sides are together and the right sides are on top. And then also mark a quarter of the circle so that you can pin to the side piece. Make sure you pin them together so that they stay in place. And then it's time to pin the side piece to the little circle. Make sure when you're pinning it, it's the narrow side of the side piece. You noticed it's not exactly a cylinder. One side is wider than the other. So the side that is narrow goes to the top part. So match the fabrics so that you don't end up with different fabrics on one side. So make sure the right fabric goes where it's supposed to be, and then once you're done pinning the side piece, one side piece to one side, also pin the other fabric to the other side as well. Makes things very easy. When you're done pinning, make a stitch all round. Give it about 1 centimeter allowance. Stitch all of the layers together, the two side pieces and the two top stitches together all around. Well, you can also have interfacing on both pieces of fabric if you please. I just prefer having the interfacing on one side of the sun hat pattern, but ideally you could have it on both if it works for you. So we're almost there. It's a little tricky stitching around a circle, and you have to get it right. So there, finally. It's all done. Now when you're done, turn it such that the piece that has the interfacing is on top. And then top stitch right below the little circle or the top part, or the top part of the side piece of the sun hat. There you have it. Now it's time to join the two pieces to the brim, to the wide brim. And once again, I like to mark at the quarter mark of the total width of the hat. Both on the side piece and on the brim. We're done with the side piece now. Now let's go to the brim. Remember, we had already stitched the brim. Also mark the quarter of the brim, both sides. There, and then it's time to pin the brim to the other piece. So pin at the point where you marked, but then leave one piece, the piece of the side piece that has interfacing, leave it unpinned, because that's what you're going to top stitch, so that you can have a reversible. I had forgotten that and I pinned everything together. So pin it the way you can see me doing over there, and then as always 1 centimeter all round. Remember, now you're stitching the entire brim, both sides of the brim together, but with the other side, the other piece, you're only stitching the blue part to the brim. So stitch all around. You're almost there. When you're done stitching, you can see one side, the blue side, is done, but then we also need to finish the other side. Remember, there's one piece we had left unstitched. That's what you're going to fold and top stitch. You're almost there. Stitch, 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 stitch. And be careful not to stitch anything at the bottom. Sometimes you might forget to clear the bottom and you end up stitching the top part of the heart to the brim. Then you have to undo and redo it all over again. There you have it. All done. Very easy version of this sun hat. That's one side. Then that's the other side. It's very easy. There you have it. It's very wide, but it's super cool. 2 hats in one. How cool is that? Let's see how it looks on my mannequin head. I've tried one of these hats on and they're so cool, especially on a very sunny day. They protect your face and your shoulders. Very nice. Thank you so much for watching, and once again, please remember to subscribe and click on the notification bell and like, and also share. If you wish to purchase the pattern for this hat, you can do so on our website. The link is on the description. And if you also would like to purchase that hat, it's also there on our website. So once again, thank you so much.